So let's take a minute to get the microphone ready. Here's the microphone case. So you pop these little guys over. There's 2 of them. And then lift the lid. This case has the green for X station,
which matches up with our receiver here that also has green tape on it.
So you open this up, and this is what you find. We've got our belt pack here, and then we also have our microphone case. So we've got the microphone and the cord out of the case. This is our receiver pack. A couple things to note. There's this slider on the side. It has to be on mic in X station in order to work properly. These other 2 settings are for instruments. So if it's down low, you're going to have to push it up to mic to make sure that it works right. Normally at this point, you would hand it to the worship leader, and the worship leader will run the and then plug the mic in themselves. But if they're not there yet, and just as a good habit, you should always do a mic test. So you're going to take the cord here, and you're going to insert in here, and you can see that this has some holes in it. They will line up with the pegs in here, but a great way to remember is that this is the front of the pack, and this nub here faces the front. So I'm going to kind of hold it upside down so we can see it. We've got our nub. We slide it in towards the front. It should go gently. Okay, so now our mic is assembled here. The other 2 things we want to check for, we want to look at our ear-worn piece here. Make sure that we've got this windscreen on here, because as part of our shutdown, you need to make sure that you get that back. And then also usually the cable should have a clip on it, black or white. Sometimes they're missing. If they're missing, you can check and see if they're in the case, and if there is, add one on. And if not, let me know so I can get one out of my stash. And now it's time for us to test the microphone. So first we need to turn it on. Here's the power button. I'm going to press and hold that, and the green light comes on. Green means on. Tap it once. Orange means mute. If you hit it again, it turns green again. If you press and hold it, it's going to turn off. It does a couple other things. If you hold this button down for 10 seconds, you'll lock the microphone on, and it will flash green to let you know it's locking on. That's not really a feature that we use, but you never know, so it's good to know. If the light is flashing red, it means that it's time to replace the batteries, or the batteries are low. And if it's solid red, it means it's about to die any second, and oftentimes it'll actually lock itself on. Okay, so green is on. So now we're going to test our microphone. So let's come over to the soundboard, and let's make sure that the things are up that need to be up. I'm going to get the board back to neutral here. Okay, so down here, these are our microphone controls. We're using the green mic, which we know because we have the green case, the mic with the green tape on it, connected to the green receiver, connected to the green audio cable, and the green power cord. If one of those things don't line up, that could be a place for potential troubleshooting. So feel free to ask me about it if things are not working. Okay, so we're going to just take our green slider and slide it up to the dot here. These are kind of your optimal settings. Sometimes you may need to raise them higher or lower, but in general, this is a good place to start. Sometimes we use a second mic. That's a blue one. This is a mic that's on the stage, and this white one is for an emergency microphone that sometimes is plugged in here. We come down here, we're not using our DVD or video players today, but we are using the PC, so we're going to slide this up. This has nothing to do with testing the mic, but it is getting our board ready for service. We come here, this little scrubby piece of tape says stage monitor, and the stage monitor is a large speaker that's on the stage that helps the leader hear themselves. It's not actually a stage monitor, but we're using it as one. So we're going to get our slider to the right place there. We don't need to use these. And then we come to this last one, which is our high speakers. They hang from the ceiling. You can see them there. And then also down there you can see our stage monitor in the corner and one of Vaughn's toys in the way, which is not normally in here. So same thing with the high speakers, where we're going to just slide this up to our optimal mark. Okay, one thing to note is here we've got our graphic equalizer. For our purposes, this should always be in a straight line, or they can be under the middle point. They should never be above the middle point for our purposes, because we'll start to get bad feedback if we are using a microphone. So in general, that should be left alone. Really, there's not anything else you should mess with. All of these things, they don't really need tweaking. They should be set up for optimal use. And then also these little PFL buttons, they should be pressed down. It's a bit hard to see, but they are. Okay, so our microphone is up. Everything's good to go. Our speakers are here, so now we can talk on the phone. And isn't that an interesting shot? Hi, it's me. I'm talking into the microphone. It's obviously working because we can hear it. We're good to go.